Hey guys, what's going on? It's Don here from Nova Spirit Tech, and today we're going to be doing a highly requested video by you guys, which is doing a full PC imaging backup using our Raspberry Pi. So let's get started. Now before we begin, if you guys don't know what an image backup is, basically taking your computer and cloning it into a file so we could later restore it. So if you do an image backup today, tomorrow you get a virus, knock on wood, you need to restore your computer. You could use this image file to restore your computer as if it was yesterday. It's really good, you could say, in a sense, if you do a lot of stuff on your PC and you just want a concrete backup with all the software and everything. Now, this software that we're going to be using also supports file incremental backup. So basically, if you didn't want to do a full imaging backup, you could do just backup with my documents, my download folders, whatever that is, and you could do that every night and it'll automatically back it up into this Raspberry Pi. So what we're going to need is this software called UrBackup. I'm going to leave a link in the description about what it is and all that stuff. We're going to be browsing through our site anyway, so we'll be checking it out together. Now, obviously a Raspberry Pi and a 1 terabyte or more hard drive. That's what I would recommend depending on how many images you got. Now, keep in mind, you might be thinking like, my desktop is 1 terabyte. And how is that going to fit into a 1 terabyte hard drive? Now, not everything gets transferred. What I mean by that is that on an image itself, you might have a 1 terabyte hard drive, but you're only really using 100 gigabytes with all the softwares and Windows and stuff like that. The image file is only going to be about 100 gigabytes, not the 1 terabyte. So keep that in mind. If you got multiple systems, you could shrink it down by figuring out how much space it really took up, like the C drive and stuff. Now, I recommend using this for a lot of little devices that you don't have images for. So if you got a lot of those PC on a stick or a Latte Panda or something that you really can't get the image for, I would recommend doing this image backup for those devices. So in this tutorial, we're actually going to be using the Raspberry Pi Lite version. You could just head over to raspberrypi.org and download that, and then use Etcher to image it over to the SD card. When you're done with that, bring the SD card over to your Raspberry Pi and configure it as if it was a brand new machine and hook it up to Wi-Fi or Ethernet. I would recommend, if you are planning to use this a lot and you have multiple machines, maybe suggest using a Tinkerboard or maybe a Pine 64 where you have the gigabit Ethernet and possibly the USB 3. Now on Raspberry Pi, I'm going to be using this on a Wi-Fi because after the initial backup, the incremental backup is not that bad. Now the server software and the client software supports all operating systems, Linux, Windows, Macs, and everything else. And also ARM devices. That's why we're running this on a Raspberry Pi. Alright, so now that we are in our Raspberry Pi, after setting up, I decided to go in SSH into it because it's a little bit easier to copy and paste all the stuff that we need, which is not much. So the first thing we need to do is actually take this, let me shrink this down a little bit, copy link address. I'm going to cd into downloads. Oh, I actually don't have because it's light. So I'm just going to do a wget and download that file. So now we're going to do sudo dpkg-i for install UrBackup. Hitting tab would auto-complete everything. And then hit enter. Now it's not going to install until I do something else afterwards, but this should work. Alright, so now we have to do sudo apt-get install-f. So it'll install all the dependencies it needs to install that folder, to install that program, and then it'll just work afterwards. You need to leave this up because it's going to have a few options for you to set up to place where the folder or wherever you want to back up to is. Alright, so here we have our backup folder. It's going to actually create this folder on its own, but keep in mind that it says media/capital backup because caps are a huge thing in the Ubuntu, Linux world. So I'm just going to hit OK on that. And you are basically done with installing the whole software. The software should just work right off the bat. But what we really need is to attach a hard drive to that folder that you saw earlier. Alright, if you don't have a hard drive that's already pre-formatted for Linux, we're going to have to fdisk this. Fdisk this. That sounds right? Sudo fdisk. And the location of my device is on SDA because it's the only hard drive I have plugged in, or otherwise it'll be SDB because there's a second hard drive. You get the point. M for help if you really need any of this help. So basically what we're going to do is delete whatever partitions I have, which is 2. This hard drive is going to be gone. And I'm going to also delete 1 because that's the only option, so it's going to delete it. Now I'm going to make a new partition, N, and it's going to be default 1, the last byte. I'm just going to enter through all this. It's going to take the entire hard drive space. Now I want to change the partition type in case it was not Linux or anything. So I'm going to do T and list all partition types, which I am going to be looking for Linux, and it should be 20. That's what I saw. So I'm going to do 20 and list it as Linux file system. Now that I'm done with everything here, I could do write, and it's going to alter the file disk. Now sudo mkfs.ext4 is the partition that I want, or the file system that I want, and then I'm going to do div sda1. Now it's going to format everything and convert it into ext4 partition. Alright, now that everything's done over here, what we're going to do is sudo nano etc/fstab. So this way we can set it up so the hard drive would automatically mount when Raspberry Pi boots up. So what we're going to do here is dev sda1, hit tab, and we're going to mount it to media. Remember our capitals, back up your backup. And the file system we have is ext4. We're going to do defaults, no a time 0 0. Save that, and to test if it works, you just do sudo. Well, let's get out of this folder, but we're going to do sudo mount. Oops, -a, and it should not spit out any errors. If it doesn't spit out any errors, you're fine. So we're going to go to media, backup, your backup, and we're going to see lost and found folder because we partitioned this as an ext4 and it creates that folder automatically. Now that we're all set with mounting the hard drive, we got the software in there, we are done with Raspberry Pi. We don't have to go back in there, and I'm going to show you an example. So if I go over to my Raspberry Pi right now with 55414, I believe, it will actually show this. Oh, another thing that I did forget, which happens to be setting permissions, obviously. So what I'm going to do is sudo chmod -r 777 backup. Capital R, sorry about that. Now we have read and write permissions. Alright, now that we're done with this, it's just a matter of connecting the clients. Now this is all set up and everything's running. I'm going to pull up a virtual machine that I have, and I'm going to install the Windows client on there. Alright, so here we have my remote desktop virtual machine computer, and obviously we're going to head over to UrBackup.com, or .org I believe, UrBackup.org, and we're going to download the client for Windows. And obviously we're going to download the 64-bit version. And when we're done with that, we're just going to run it. Now this one has the tray icon, which really helps because you could set up all your stuff just through a tray icon and it runs 24/7. Hit yes to install this. Alright, here we could just leave everything as default, but if you want to configure it, you could just configure what type of backups you want or manually set up the files that you want to back up instead of the default recommended. But you could always change that in the future in the settings. Now once that's running, you see this little red icon on the bottom right? That means nothing's running, but in here you could basically set up all your stuff. Okay, so now that it detected everything automatically, if I go back to my virtual machine, you're going to see that you're going to have more options on this side. And here again, you can set up everything that you want. Now, it will automatically detect and show up on the list over here. And by selecting this, you can actually push the update here. I clicked on full image backup a second ago, and basically you're going to see my desktop and it's already doing the full image backup. And it's going to be basically backing up this entire virtual machine into my hard drive on my Raspberry Pi. Now, to initiate the fix or to restore the image, you basically need to go back to a website and download this USB bootable restore image. Now here, you could just basically put it onto USB, or you could put it onto a CD-ROM, boot it up, and it should be able to pull your Raspberry Pi and restore this image. Now, you also have the option to do full file backup. Instead of having to do an image backup, you just want to basically back up a couple of files, either in your documents or download folders and stuff like that. I'll show you that in a little bit after this full image backup is done. Alright, now that everything's all backed up and I did the entire full image backup, you could actually see from status over here, it says image backup status okay. We're actually going to attempt to restore it on another machine. So on my virtual environment, I actually created a machine called WinRestore, and I added the ISO, the UrBackup Restore ISO, which you could download from their website, and I'm downloading the 64-bit version, which I don't think really matters, but that's the version I downloaded anyway. I'm heading over here, and I'm going to start the machine. Now jump into console, and this is pretty interesting because to restore the machine, all you need is the ISO, and it attaches the network interface and everything that you need. Reset, okay, hit escape for boot options. I'm going to go into the DVD, and you can see it's UrBackup Restore, and I'm going to hit start to restore. It's going to load a Linux version. Alright, now that everything's booted, select American for English, hit OK, and this is actually going to attempt to search for your Raspberry Pi. Remember earlier we had an IP address of what the machine was, not the IP address, the computer name. You're also going to have to remember that because that's the machine you're going to be restoring. Alright, so the machine that we're going to be restoring would be the desktop. I'm going to hit OK, and you see it has the image of today's date and the time that we last had the image created. Hit OK on that. Select the hard drive, which is the 32 gigabyte, and it will say it's going to overwrite all the image. So that's fine. Hit OK, and now it's just going to do its thing, and it's going to restore the entire image onto my virtual machine. Alright, now that everything's restored, one of the options is that you could either restart the computer, make Windows bootable on a different hardware, or restore on other volumes. Alright, so what I'm basically going to do is restart the computer because it's on the same hardware since I spec'd it out that way on our virtual machine. And there you go, Windows logo. It's going to boot right into my Windows and completely restored. It took a lot less time than me trying to image it the first time, but so far it seems to be okay. It seems to be working. It might conflict with the actual other machine that I have running because of the IP address and all, but it seems to be working. Here we have it. Fully restored machine using Raspberry Pi and UrBackup image. Look, it even got the same icons and everything. The IP, like I said, might conflict, but it's fully restored through the network using their ISO. Alright, another thing that I do want to mention, I'm going to just minimize this a bit. As you can see, the file size from the original image is only 6.85 gigs. Now, if you take a look at my machine over here, this is the remote desktop version of the original machine. And if I go into the file and go into C drive, you could tell that it's 15.2 gigabytes free from 31. That means it's using about 15 gigs. Meanwhile, the file doesn't show that it's using 15 gigs. It compresses it and everything and then stores it as an image file. So like I said, a 1 terabyte hard drive, it might not necessarily mean you need to use 1 terabyte of storage just to get the complete image. And as far as the file backup and stuff like that, it's pretty much self-explanatory. You could set up a bunch of shares that you want, add and remove backup paths. And here you could select what you want to back up. And if you want to restore it, you would go back to that same menu and go to Restore Components. Meanwhile, I don't have anything here, so it's going to give me an error. But it will show you what you want to start to restore, like my documents and such. Alright, so there we have it, a fully backed up image and restored onto its hardware, all through Raspberry Pi. And considering that everything is done through Wi-Fi, I haven't connected this to an Ethernet cable, it's not too bad. I mean, the first part, it took me 80 minutes to image, and then it took me about 75 minutes to restore. So it's a little bit faster to restore, but it's not too bad, and that's all done through Wi-Fi. If I was using that through the Ethernet, it would have been a lot quicker. But yeah, it's up to you how you guys want to use it, and I'm going to keep it on my Raspberry Pi. I don't really worry about the fast speed. I'm just going to store this away somewhere in a corner and have it automatically back up my system as I go. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you guys got any questions about this, hit up in the comments below. And also, if you guys have any other software that you use for backup or are interested in setting up a different type of backup, I want to also know in the comments below. Now, if you guys are new to this channel, consider subscribing and also hitting that bell notification icon so you know when the next video is going to be out. And as I say in my nerd cave, hack till it hurts.